the heel heat. We're back after this.
It was a show. It was a show.
If you want to call it a show,
it was a show. It was something.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But the thing is, their go home shows have been. I feel like the go home shows have been going teetering, like on a downscale.
Oh no, there's no teetering. It's been a free fall. It's been a free fall.
I'm being too nice. I'm being too nice.
You really are being too nice. Like there's nothing. The go home shows, if anything, have made me not want to watch pay-per-views. Like I'm watching it out of habit because there's nothing else for me to watch on a Monday or a Friday, unfortunately. But like it's getting to the point where we're about to just going back to watching recaps again. Like it is not worth watching live at all. It is.
To be real, that's actually what I'm doing. I don't think I've watched even a single episode of Raw. Or again, y'all know I barely watch SmackDown as it is because of the work schedule. But I don't think I've watched a single episode of Raw since like before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, there's no reason to. There's literally no point. And the sad part is that there were some good parts of this show, like Carmelo versus Matt Cardona slapped. The women's tag team title match surprisingly slapped. The beginning of the Jacob Logan match slapped. Like the matches tonight were actually good. Even the angle to write off Jay. Okay, like I feel for Jay because it feels like the world is against him and like it's not his fault that his gimmick got over and that he's selling merch. So they're gonna keep running with the gimmick. Like it's not his fault. And it also doesn't seem like he was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber anyway. No, but Bronson got hurt, so they had to do a thing. So yeah, so this is just them getting out of that pivot. Cool. Like get that man the weekend off, please. Like that man needs the weekend off. Real smoke. He needs the weekend off. Not even mad at it. But like everything, like even I was actually optimistic because the opening segment I actually liked. Like I actually liked the opening segment. I liked the setup for Alistair versus Randy after the chamber, or Alistair possibly getting involved in the chamber to screw Randy. Like I'm liking a lot of what's going on. But then they do something that just undercuts the entire show. And it's just like this is why I can't get excited. This is why we can't have good things. Cause like we finally have a nice stable of black wrestlers that are being touted as the future, that are getting their just due. And yet the fear remains that creative won't know what to do with them when the time is right, or they're gonna wait too long. And they're gonna kill their push. And they're gonna kill the buzz. Because creative is so dreadfully ignorant. Like I cannot fathom people who have been in the business for 20 plus years not being able to read the room. Like I really can't.
Because at the end of the day, they follow the playbook by Vince McMahon, and they end up booking for the audience of one.
I don't know if it's the audience of one or you know what it is too, is that a lot of times the crowds just cheer just to cheer. And it's like, oh no, that means people are liking it. And it's like, yes, because your bottom line is moving. Like the parameters in which the metrics they use to determine whether something is working or not does not always coincide with if it's working or not. If that makes sense. Like,
no, it does.
And sometimes, again, like I wasn't really a big fan of the Lash and Nia thing, but it took some time, and it's like, okay, I get it. I can see where you're going with it. Like, cool. I'm happy y'all stuck with this. But then there's just certain things where it's like Drew's character to me doesn't make sense. Like, am I the only one that just think it doesn't make sense?
Juliana and what's her name?
You mean Julia and
Julia
and what's the girl name?
Kiana.
To me, that doesn't make sense.
The only reason why it makes sense to me is because it's you need a way for like the title to exist, and you need someone that people like to have the title. But Kiana James is getting better at her mic work, which is where she struggled. I get it. And it's a way to get Kiana James over. And it's a way that you don't have to have Julia cut a promo. Like, that's really what it is. It's a way to protect Julia, and it's a way to get Kiana James, like, working and on TV. So, like, I get what they're trying to do. Is it working? Not necessarily. But Kiana James winning and being in the chamber is working.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I get what they wanted to do, but them two just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why you wouldn't put, and I guess it's because you want to give a diversity of flavor, which I can kind of understand, because putting her with Asuka or Io or Kairi, you're just grouping all the Asian women together and it looks really corny.
And we just did that.
Yeah, and we just kind of did that whole thing. So it's like, what do you do with Julia when she's not getting over, but you want her to be active every week? Like, there's not a lot of, because you don't have managers and you don't have valets anymore, there's not a lot you can do. The issue is that Kiana James is actually really talented. She's physically appealing. She speaks, she's great on the mic, or she's good on the mic at least. And she's intriguing because she's new. So she's in her own way outshining Julia at the moment, where Julia is your mid-card champion. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that it would work better if Chelsea was not hurt, but Chelsea's hurt. So.
Well, one of the things that keeps popping up or whatever is people are starting to think that Io is going to be going for the U.S. title around WrestleMania or whatever. So maybe that'll give that some juice or whatever. But, like, I don't know, man. They pretty much kind of – and part of this is injuries. Part of this is Naomi getting pregnant and everything. But the whole women's division kind of sort of, like, got blown the fuck up.
It definitely did, but also this makes me question, how do you not see the forest from the trees? Because yes, the women's division got blown up, but the women's division in NXT and in Evolve has been bursting at the seams for quite literally years. And you're slow playing the Sol Ruka call up, which doesn't make sense to me. You're slow playing Fallon Henley's call up, which doesn't make sense to me. You're slow playing JC Jane's call up. Like, you're slow playing so many women that you should have already used, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And I can tell it's because it's creative. Like, they blew up the Javon Evans thing. They blew up Obafemi. They took them from Sean before Sean was ready for them to leave, even though it's been long overdue for all of them to be on the main roster, and I understand that. But creatively, it's like, it has to be a give and take. It's like, we can't take all your top women and all your top men, but the women's division needs the influx of talent way more. Like, they got Jordynne Grace, but you got Jordynne Grace dancing around the world title, but you can't do anything because now you have to have the world title for Elimination Chamber so that you have a WrestleMania match. But then Jordynne Grace is now just out here feuding with Candice LeRae.
Yeah, that was like...
Yeah, because they can't put her over for the championship at any point whatsoever.
And it's like, why not have her go against Alba Fire so you put her in the vicinity of the U.S. championship? So when you're ready to put her back in the world title scene, she's already a proven concept with the U.S. title. Because, again, and then you have people like, where the hell is Ivy Nile? Why is that not a thing? Like, you have Tiffany Stratton, who is going through a bit of a character change, but why not have her now sitting around the U.S. title? because it gives the U.S. title more importance because you have one of your stars going after it, like you did the women's tag titles with Rhea. You know what I'm saying? It's like the excuse of not being able to have people around or people getting hurt and pregnant and all that, it's bullshit when you have too much talent to do anything with. Now you clear room to do things with that talent and you're not using that talent.
No, you definitely do it. It's not an excuse at all. It's more so a fact of like
storyline.
They had no, it's not even that. It's just the fact that like all of these people went out kind of sort of around the same time, and they were already shit at doing what they were doing before. So now you had all of these new people, and they're just like, oh shit, now we really don't know what the fuck we're doing.
And what's worse is the Unreal thing with Chelsea Green has blown up so much. So now it makes it look like Road Dogg didn't even know who Chelsea Green was. Michael Hayes is saying Chelsea Green is the person that gets the future world champion over. And it's like, you don't even know the talent that you have. Like now your creative makes sense because you don't understand the talent that's already there. When you have vets in the locker room, like the Undertaker saying, Chelsea Green is world champion. You give a little bit of edge to her, give her a little bit of spice, and I'm like, bro, she wrestled Penta in one of the best matches in the last 10 years. She does not need more edge. You just need to showcase her in that way. Like you don't. Chelsea Green is a ready-made world champion that you don't need to do much with, except for give her a physical Rhea feud and put the strap on her. Like it's not difficult.
I think they worried more because her injury. She broke her wrist.
Okay.
And she had on the.
This is the problem with slow playing everything.
Not only that, like I don't think like that should not and honestly should never be an excuse when you have. And I'm sorry for bringing it up like this, like it's a bad thing on him, but you can't continue to push Seth Rollins if that is the case.
Exactly. You can't be Triple H. Mr. I blew my quad out randomly. I tore my bicep how many times? I've torn my pec how many times? And literally, not for nothing, if we're going to be real, he only became the face of the franchise after the real faces of the franchise left. Like, he's literally the Dolph Ziggler of the Attitude Era, if we're going to be real. So you can't tell me that you don't, like, you can't tell me that you can't push her because of X, Y, and Z. It's like, bro, you got pushed in spite of yourself. Like, of everything you've been in, you've never been the most talented guy, if we're being real. And it's not to take shots, but it's like, come on now. Like, please stop. Like, either get better people around you or give it to somebody else.
See, my concern is she gets the Zack Ryder treatment, and she has to deal with that. The same thing that Matt Cardona dealt with.
I mean, maybe, but again, when you fire the people in the back that are making those decisions, and you put smarter, fresher minds that have a different perspective on the product in place, that stuff doesn't happen. Because again,
there's also this idea or whatever that you didn't build your stardom here, so you're not going to be a star here. And there are like a few exemptions, like Cody or whatever. But how often does that happen?
There's also that too, yeah.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate that perception because a lot of these talented people, they were in WWE, but they left because they didn't know what to do with them. So, like, kind of like Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder hit his point. He rebuilt himself in the Indies, became who he became, much bigger star in the Indies, and now they chased him, and he's much better.
You know what? Also, I realized they screwed themselves this year royally. They screwed themselves by moving Money in the Bank to the end of the year. You don't have the crutch of being like, no, they're saving Chelsea for Money in the Bank. Like, Chelsea's going to win the Money in the Bank. She's going to have the summer run of her life.
But see, here's the thing. This comes back to what you guys were saying earlier, is you're waiting too long to pull the trigger. because this is not just towards Chelsea. This is towards anybody. Look at what happened with Naomi. She got pregnant, right? Boom. That's whatever they had planned for her, gone out the window. Look at the Vision. Braun Breaker got a hernia. Fuck, that shit happened. Bronson Reed literally like tore his bicep, a freak injury. Because when you watch it, you thought he was like, it's like a clothesline. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why I thought it was a bicep is I saw him look at it. I'm like, oh shit, he did something to his bicep. Now the whole story with the Vision line is done. There's nothing you can do about it. What are you gonna do? Logan Austin Theory?
No.
You can't. You can't wait on stuff because of the fact then you're gonna miss the opportunity.
Yeah. Like they took so long with Drew. And it's like, yes, it's great that Drew's champion now, but again, my entire issue with Drew is like, it doesn't make sense to me for them to his character to be that he's getting back at everyone that he felt like wronged him on his way up to the top, because you still look like you're chasing the title, even though you have the title. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drew doesn't look like a champion. He looks like a baby, which again is probably a part of the heel persona, and I get it. I just don't feel like it works for a champion. Like, it works for someone like The Miz. It works for that type of character. It doesn't work for someone who's 6'5", 265. You know what I'm saying? Super athletic, like genetically gifted by the gods. It does not work for you, sir. It really doesn't. And
and to make matters even wilder, I don't know if y'all actually caught any of like the interview that he did with Denise Salcedo, but like she basically insinuated that like during like when she was talking about it, that this dude was just like, I don't know if I'm actually gonna have the title anymore by WrestleMania.
Which is like, huh?
So I think I shared it with you guys.
They're but that's the thing. It's like even
match. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But it's like, okay, so he doesn't have the match at the Elimination Chamber. Doesn't have a match at the Elimination Chamber, right? So you're just gonna have him lose his title at a random SmackDown?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like
you know what I'm saying? Like wild. That doesn't. It's like you did all this work to have it, and like, what was the point in doing all this work then? Just to briefly take the title off Cody so that you can refire up Cody, so that you can have Cody as your champion at Mania, which no one wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by not being able to read the room.
What I shared with you, I think I shared with you guys, is that they're trying to throw like a big match at Mania for Drew with multiple opponents.
So which
and if that's the case, then fine. But like,
there's no way you can do it. Like, the only way you can do it is if there's a disqualification or a stoppage in Chamber, and Chamber is built so that there is no disqualification or no stoppage. Like, you actionably can't do it because
you can't sit up there and kill the gimmick. Like, how long did it take for Hell in a Cell to recover?
Yeah, like, you can't kill the Chamber by doing that.
No.
Like, the only way you do it is you can start, like, there has to be like a double pin to end the Chamber,
or he has to drop the title like they did with Rhea last year. But then, how many times are you gonna pull that shit off?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't make, like, you're not making any sense, and you're treating your main title as your mid card title. That doesn't make sense.
They never make sense.
And that, again, that goes back to, we can now clearly see that everything we've been speculating for damn near years, because as much as Triple H kind of reshaped creative, he kept the same people up top.
Yeah.
Michael Hayes, Kevin Pritchard. Like, that is the common denominator here. Both need to be fired.
They got to go.
Like, immediately. They are both horrendous.
They got the Vince mindset, and then they don't add anything different. They try to recycle a lot of storylines.
They don't. It makes no sense. No sense. Yeah. Like I truly don't understand. But yeah, that was SmackDown, guys. That's why we're frustrated. That's not what you're.
I didn't even watch, by the way.
Listen, you didn't need to. You didn't need to. Anybody who was worth wrestling, like again, the Carmelo Hayes thing was cool. There was a title change for the women's tag team championships. Congratulations to Lash. Congratulations to Nia. They now have a team name, which they might need to workshop the team name. It's a little rough. The Irresistible Forces, or the Immovable Forces, one of the two.
Yeah.
Might need to workshop the name a little bit. But beggars can't be choosers. I actually like the theme. The theme was solid. I like it. I like Lash's old theme better, but this one was solid. This one was fine. And the biggest thing is that Lash pinned Rhea to win the titles. That's massive.
And you know what? That right there, you can just take that shit right into the women's chamber match, because that pretty much just solidified my pick.
Is Lash in the chamber? Am I sure?
No.
Oh, okay. Like, I thought I was bugging. I'm like, wait. All right. But yeah, listen. That was cool. That was probably like the highlight of the match. You know, honestly, if they're gonna turn Trick face, he needs to stay a tweener and kind of be a little bit of a jerk, but just stop with the slights at the crowd, and like he's fine because he's so over it is stupid. Javon just keeps beating Javon, but he does need a really strong feud. And again, why he is not fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, I will never understand.
Why is nobody fighting for the Intercontinental Championship?
Because Dom's not cleared. That's really the reality of it. Dom's not cleared. Like, his first match is going to be for the AAA Championship. Back.
Didn't he have a match the other day?
No, he did not.
I could have sworn that he was sitting up there talking to Finn or whatever, like either last week or this week on Raw, talking about why I needed you guys out there.
Oh, and yeah. He was in a triple threat match. You're right. He was in a triple threat match for the.
That's right.
Right, for the chamber.
Yeah, for the chamber. Yeah. Why Javon is not in the why you're not heating him up to win the Intercontinental title? Don't understand. It's like either do the thing where Penta's gonna pin him, or whatever. Like, take the title off the man. Like, I get it, he's had his run, but like, take the title off the man, please.
You're not doing anything with it.
You're not doing anything with it. Like that title needs to, like, Trick having that title, Oba fighting for that title, Javon, all your new people, Matt Cardona, like those people fighting for that title is way more important than you having it on Dom right now and it being in the Judgment Day.
They had the opportunity to do something with this shit last year, and like, I know y'all are gonna roll your eyes when I say this, but I said this shit last WrestleMania. Once Dom won the title, I was like, put the IC title on Liv. You got the two of them together with both of those IC titles.
Yeah.
They didn't do that shit. Like I said, they didn't do that shit or whatever. And the only thing they really did with him was they sent him down to AAA to win the Mega Championship, but that's not in WWE canon. Like, he's walking around with the belt, but like that still doesn't say anything for the Intercontinental Championship reign.
Mm-hmm. And yes, he's defended it a good amount of times.
Yeah, against Penta.
It never felt like he was in any real danger. Not to mention, he hasn't had anyone his size, his build, the youth and athleticism of him and Javon as a counterpoint, or him and Trick as a counterpoint, would refresh the scene so deeply. And it is so necessary, because the Intercontinental title is still one of the most important championships in WWE. Yeah. And it should be treated like that. But again, sir, Mr. Host, sir, I'm sorry, I keep jumping on top of everything. But
no, you're good. No. With that, we'll just start with the women's chamber. All right, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. Betty, who you got?
I got Rhea Ripley. Like I said, like she sat up there and she took the pin tonight. They took the titles off of them. This shit is sitting up here leading straight to, because the fact that Jade doesn't have any kind of challenges whatsoever. What is the easiest way to heat up a match with her? Put somebody in there that could fight her the way that she can fight. And the biggest star that you have is Rhea Ripley. Yep. And the biggest one that you have is Rhea Ripley. The only other option, like I had brought up in the chat before, is if the Bianca shit is a swerve and she isn't actually recovering from a surgery and they were just waiting. And she's going to take somebody else's spot or whatever. But, like, then you'd have to do the exact same shit that you did with the men's chamber. So, like, that shit to me is out the window now. So, like, just put that shit on Rhea, have her go to WrestleMania and have them beat the shit out of each other.
I actually, my pick is actually Raquel, because they've already been heating up Raquel for a while now. And it's like, if they're not going to put the IC title on her, and they're making her look like a world champion, like they're making her look the way you did with Priest when they started heating him up in Judgment Day, I feel like you either have to have her win this, or you have to give me a hell of a good reason why she doesn't. Like, you have to give me a scorching hot feud coming out of, because again, she got eliminated by Liv. There was not even.
I think that's your reason.
But as I'm saying, she got eliminated by Liv. Didn't even have a microsecond of heat between the two. She immediately forgave her, and like everything's honky dory. I'm like, there wasn't no tension, no heat, no nothing. I don't like that creative choice. Like, because of the fact that when Liv was gone, Raquel really held it down, and Raquel really got hot and really came into her own. And you're not showing Raquel being like, nah, bro, I'm here. Like, I'm a world champion too. And you're just not showing that. You're just letting Liv come back and like stomp all over her. It's crazy to me. Like, that doesn't work to me. So I feel like you have to give Raquel something, because at the very least, if you're going to make Jade look legitimate in any way, shape, or form, beating Raquel in a match where they both look good would be legitimate, and it shows that you rely on more people than just Rhea Ripley. Because the last thing you'd want right now is to break the glass and rely on Rhea Ripley, because all everybody's gonna say is that, like, oh, she's doing the Hogan thing. Like, they're only putting her there because she's big, and they're not allowing anybody else to get a shot.
She's gatekeeping.
Yeah, she's gatekeeping. That's the word I was looking for. So it's like,
what's the name? What I was about to say. My bad to cut you off. I was going to be like, I think what turned me off to Raquel winning this match was the fact that Liv picked her opponent. Like, we were already going towards this shit with Liv and Stephanie or whatever, but I feel like if Liv had not picked her opponent before Elimination Chamber, then you had the option to have Raquel be like, yo, you taking your sweet ass time, give me Stephanie. Yeah. Because at that point, your Royal Rumble winner is still like waffling. But like, at this point, what I'm seeing this mess end up being is like, Raquel basically destroyed Rhea Ripley in the Royal Rumble, right? How the way she fucking Tahana bombed her ass out of the ring. So I think this right here is the get back, and this is probably the get back because Liv tries to help her, and it ends up getting fucked up at the end. And then you have a built-in feud after Mania, or starting at Mania, with Raquel being like, all right, Lo, you know, I hate putting Stephanie in this position or whatever, but like, Raquel being like, all right, well, let me go help you out, but me helping you out is actually me costing you the title. And this is where Judgment Day finally starts to fall apart or whatever.
Which, again, I get it. I'm trying to operate with a level of incompetence, though, that I think that they're going to operate with. Like, that's my thing. It's like, I hear you. That makes a lot of sense. But I don't have a pen, but like, we got to bring this back. Yeah, you got to bring it back, because it's like,
I'm driving, so I can't reach for mine.
No, I get you, but like I get you. I really I feel you. I feel you, and I feel like these are the conversations I should be being had in creative, where it's like
Mm.
we have a chance to really make this interesting. Like we even have a chance to make it interesting to be like, you know, Raquel wins the chamber, or like I said, you have a situation where like neither Raquel or Rhea wins the chamber, and the blow off to that feud is at WrestleMania,
Uh-huh.
which I kind of like better. The issue is who else in that match that because then I think and because at that point then I could understand them having Stephanie win. I mean not Stephanie, Tiffany win.
That's my
So that
pick.
you run
To
back the
run it
feud
back.
with
Yeah.
yeah. Because I feel like that's the safe bet, and they're trying to reheat up Stephanie so that like because she's come out and said that her title reign was stale, and she wants another shot at it, but she wants a little like she wants to be a heel. That's where the dynamic is weird because Jade's kind of the heel but not really because people just like Jade. Like they just like her. They like the like she just looks cool. If that makes sense. Like it's hard to
Yeah.
hate her because she just looks cool. So I just think that they should lean into her being cool. And just everyone else in the locker room hates her, but she's not really a bad person. Instead of her doing what she's doing and just being a jerk for like it's the Drew thing. It's like you're being a jerk when you're the champion. And you're not being a jerk in the way of like you can't touch this title, it's mine. It's I'm still mad at y'all and I'm gonna prove to y'all that I'm at the top. And it's like that title proves you're at the top. You don't have to prove that you're at the top because that title proves that you're at the top. Stop trying to be tough. That's dumb. Like you do that on the way up. When you get up top, you just gotta make sure everybody else stay down. You don't gotta actively go out and fight people just to be like, I'm a fighting champion. Like CM Punk is on that I'm a fighting champion, but it's always like somebody else coming out to be like, nah, I want that title. He's like, I bet let's rumble. Versus
Hey,
Jade, where it's
I
like,
might lose y'all for a second because like there's a tower up here that they were fucking around with a little while ago. But like if I drop off, I'll be back on in a few minutes.
All right.
but you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they gotta. I could see Stephanie winning if
Tiffany.
if you tell
Tiffany.
me the plan, Tiffany. I'm bugging. It's late. I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine. You're good, bro. You're good.
I can see Tiffany winning because if you're telling me that it's gonna lead me to a WrestleMania match where it's Raquel versus Rhea, give me a stipulation outside of a street fight that's actually interesting as a blood feud. You get what I'm saying?
I think the reason I picked Tiffany because they're going to run it back because I feel they want the crowd to do the kind of to do what happened with Hogan and The Rock. Remember? Literally, The Rock came in as a face and Hogan came as a heel into the match, but then during the match, they flipped.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they want the crowd to do between Jay and Tiffany. And be like, okay, you got Tiffany, you got Jay. So what are we going for? And so at this point, if the crowd goes with Jay, then boom, that's Tiffany's heel turn right there.
The
Tiffany
problem with that is, and with all due respect, they're both too green to pull that off. Like you were able to pull that off because it was The Rock and Hogan.
Right.
I'm also going to step in real quick. There's also another little optic to that. You can't actually really do that with Pretty Little White Girl and the Storm, pretty much. That does not work. That's kind of sort of the same thing they were trying to do back in the day with Nia and Alexa Bliss. That shit did not work out.
Yeah, it's just,
but
it's not
the thing with them is you have Nia and you have Alexa. You're gonna go. You're always gonna go one way. Nia's the heel. Alexa Bliss is the face. No matter how much you try to push it, if you put those two in the ring against each other, that's how the crowd's going to go with. Nia's the heel, Bliss is the face.
Now, again, there's the off, like, Because it's like if Kiana James wins, you immediately lose interest for the WrestleMania main event. So like, Kiana James can't win.
No.
Asuka, I don't know how you built that match with Asuka's character and Jade's character. I don't see how you do it. Bliss just isn't hot enough. So it's like, it has to be one of Stephanie, Rhea, or Raquel.
Tiffany.
She looks like a Stephanie to me, bro. Like, that's the thing. She looks like a Stephanie.
Gotcha.
Like, Tiffany doesn't, like, her face doesn't look like a Tiffany to me. It looks like a Stephanie.
No, you're right. You're right. It does. So, all right. So, so Jay, you got Raquel. Honey has Raquel. Betty's got Rhea. And I got Tiffany.
I'm actually surprised you don't have Raquel. Gosh.
The only that's where my heart's going.
Tell me, bro, it's the Florida people. Florida people turning on each other. They turn on themselves. It's the Florida thing, man.
But the only reason I don't have her is because I have her more for like the Judgment Day after starts breaking up and breaking. This her winning doesn't play into that whole concept at all to me.
That makes sense.
All right, so now we're gonna go with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee.
I actually think this is gonna be a no contest.
I
don't think this is gonna have it. This is not gonna have a finish. It's not. Mainly because, like, this is a WrestleMania match. This is not an Elimination Chamber match. This is on the card because it's Chicago and it's AJ Lee. This is one that you blow off at WrestleMania. Unless you want to do what they used to do back in the day where you flip the title and then you flip it back at WrestleMania.
No.
Which, again, I don't love the idea. I'm not saying I like the idea. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. I don't like the idea if they're thinking of it. Right. I'm saying a no for it.
I almost feel like this is like one of those DQ finishes. Like, technically you're gonna have a winner, but it's gonna be a DQ thing, and it's gonna be like Becky Lynch got out by the skin of her teeth kind of situations. Because I feel like because if you're gonna do this with AJ, you have to almost do it at Mania.
Yeah.
But there was nothing else for Becky to do, so you had to pull the trigger on this feud now. So, and again, magically, like this, in all honesty, this match should have been Becky versus Bayley. Realistically, this should have been Becky versus Bayley. But because we're, long-term booking, I'm going to go with Becky here, technically. But I think it's going to be a DQ. Or a no contest.
I'm going with AJ winning by DQ. Following what you're saying, but have AJ win by DQ, so then she could say, okay, I beat you, but I didn't win for the title because of whatever causes the DQ. So then that's where she's like, I want the rematch at Mania, and there are going to be stipulations in there.
Right. It definitely could be one of those, like, AJ gets the visual pin, something happens, Becky cheats, Becky gets caught, or Becky wins by the skin of her teeth. Like, it's one of those two kind of weird finishes where it's like, I knew you guys were going to do this, so it gives AJ a reason to continue the feud.
Right. And then Honey has AJ winning as well.
I mean, it'd be nice. It would definitely be nice, and it would do a lot for that IC title. What I'm afraid of is that IC title just becomes a nostalgia title. Because Lyra was so like, she was so horribly booked as the first champion when realistically no one wanted her to be champion in the first place. Like, the crowd was 100% behind Dakota Kai being champion. And then they flipped it to Lyra, and it was like, why did you do that? And then they just wouldn't get off of it. When realistically it should have been Dakota Kai.
Yeah, sure.
I still stand on that to this day, and that's why the title has not. That's why the title isn't where you want it to be. Is because you picked the wrong interest. Like, even if you would have like done what they did with like the North American title, where like you pick the first guy, it's a little weird, but you pivot later on and you put it on the person that we actually wanted it to be on, even if it's not for a long time. So instead of like Dakota Kai could have had a decent run of it before they released her, but she needed to have a run with the title. Y'all couldn't just have her dancing around the title and then you have 17 matches with Lyra and Dakota and just be like, well, we built our champion. It's like, no, you didn't. But
I still think that she got the short end of the stick. There was no reason to get released.
She did. And I think a lot of it had to do with her age. And I stand on that. It was ageism.
Yeah,
she's like 36, I think. Some shit.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that woman still has
because she was over. She was. That's the thing that gets me is she was over. Lyra was not over.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like it's they should have put it on Dakota. The Lyra was not ready. There was no push, nothing for her.
There was no like she got called up from NXT too early. There was no character. And
her her skill set in the ring is fine. It's just her character. Just I can't. Me personally, I don't know about you. Me personally, I can't see any kind of like linkage to that character.
Here's the thing. What they did with Trick and took too long is what they should have did with Lyra. Like Lyra should have still been in NXT when the TNA thing happened. You should have put the Knockouts title on her and then let her grow. Like she's up on the main roster because of her skill set and because she can wrestle, and you think her being able to wrestle is going to make your other women better when now she's not even on TV and you're not using her.
Yeah.
So you're wasting her.
That part.
Because she can't connect with the crowd because you never let her develop her character. It was all around, she's been mishandled.
And because, like, I brought this shit up once before, and it's hilarious that most of my points come back to a feud with Liv Morgan somehow. But, like I said the year before last, when Lyra was up, they had the opportunity for her to be like, okay, Liv, you pretty much banished Becky Lynch, who at the time was her friend or whatever. Liv had just won the women's championship. You could have heated her up with that.
Exactly.
You didn't have to have her win, but you could have heated her up with that. All they did was sit up there and they let her sit or whatever. And like they didn't do a damn thing with her. So then they put the Intercontinental Championship on her, and it was just like, all right, well, we're just going to let your wrestling ability carry you or whatever. And they didn't even try to build a character with her.
And honestly, as much as I love the U.S. Open Challenge, I think for the Intercontinental title, we need to start doing what NXT does so that you can fill out the match card and just have tournaments for the next number one contender. We need number one contender matches and number one contender tournaments back for the mid-card titles, because you're like the stuff that they're filling the dead space with is so pointless. I'd rather just see guys and girls fighting for the mid-card title.
It's really like another thing too, because it's just like, and they do this shit on the main roster all the time with the IC title, and I think it's both of them for the most part. Like somebody will just walk up at Adam Pearce's office and be like, "I want a title shot." And you're like, "All right, well, you got it." And I'm like, "What?" Like,
no, like again, I get they're supposed to be the workhorse championships, but like the U.S. title figured it out with the John Cena thing with the Open Challenge. So at least I'm seeing the title all the time. I'm seeing Carmelo get better. I'm seeing that. The fact that the women don't have something similar is weird. They had it with Chelsea, but then they never called up or did anything with anybody to make it relevant. And I think the problem, if I'm being real with you, I think the issue with the women's U.S. title is that they're saving it for Soul. And they're just not done building Soul in NXT yet. Like they're gonna do a slight character change with her. They're gonna finish up that feud with Zarya. She's probably gonna lose that feud, but they've changed her music. They've changed her gimmick to basically look like Lita, and then she's gonna come up and win the U.S. title. That's my prediction.
At Mania.
Yeah.
or the Raw after.
Yeah. I can see it.
I'm gonna be real with you. Even if people think that like I may be like overplaying this junk, I think that the Soul Snatcher is gonna have an RKO esque effect, and
Yeah.
she's going to be a world champion regardless.
No, I 100% think she's going to be a world champion. I'm not saying I'm not denying that. I'm saying what because it's the same thing with Oba. It's like Oba, Trick, all those guys. It's like, do you put them in the mid card to help the mid card, or do you just thrust them into the world championship? And it's like, if she's a world champion, who is she going toe to toe with? Stephanie? The characters don't mix. Jade? The character, like you're just now starting to see Soul speak.
Oh no, not right off the bat. I'm just saying overall.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think she should have a lengthy reign with the U.S. title.
Yeah,
Because
that
she
sounds
looks
right.
like
Yeah.
a U.S. champion. Her gimmick screams U.S. champion, and she needs to work on the mic.
Mm-hmm. I get you. I don't know. Maybe I was like thinking like when you said that they were holding the U.S. title for it, that it was just like, all right, well, that's it. That's your ceiling. You're not going any farther.
No. I
Gotta
think that
somewhere.
she was supposed to get called up already, and then they realized like the shorts and the surfer girl thing wasn't really what you could do on the main roster. And then she went to Saudi for the Royal Rumble, and she kind of had the leader look, and it was like, oh, this kind of looks cool. Like this kind of fits her a little bit more. And then they decided to do the Zarya blow off thing on Tuesday. Like she took the F5. She took a crazy F5. Like it was ridiculous. So they're gonna do that feud to kind of then build up the personality part of her character. She's gonna lose that feud, and then she's gonna get called up.
Yeah, she's got to lose that feud.
I mean, the only way she wins that feud is if they're holding her down in NXT in order to put the strap on her.
Right. Because she is around the JC Jane thing.
And then to pass it off to Zarya.
Right. Which, again, I feel like that's just, you're adding an extra step. Like, just have Zarya beat her, have her get put off to the main roster, and you have Zarya take the title off of JCJ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Zarya looks like... Yeah. Like, instead of just having, like, the extra hot potato, that doesn't make any sense to me. Just do that. Like, you get those two up, and then, like, her next feud could be Fallon. Because Fallon holding the speed title is dumb to me.
Yeah, it's a way to write off Ruka out of NXT as well, too.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You start to now write people off, like, okay, y'all go on, and then even with, if you write off Sol Ruka, honestly, you can have Lola write off what's the other Carmelo Hayes' shorty? Forgot what her name is. Why am I blanking on her name right now?
Oh my gosh.
I'm blanking on her name.
I'm thinking Jada Parker, but it's not her.
No, it's not.
That's Jay.
No, that's Jay. Yeah.
And by Jay, I mean Jay Turner.
I wish. I would. How am I spacing on this name? Kaylani Jordan, right? You have Lola get the win off her. She gets pulled up. Now you have 3 new women to deal with that mid-card situation. So if you now want to move up, you want to put Becky back in the world title. You want to put AJ in the world title. You want to put, Julia in the world title. Like, you even want to elevate Kiana to the world title. Now you have all of that. And now you still have the group of, like, mid-card women that you can use to build up your new talent. At least that's how I would do it, but that feels a little too smart.
Carmelo Kaylani.
A word?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Okay.
I told you, NXT is Love Island.
Is what?
NXT is Love Island. It's Love Island.
No, but I mean, it makes, because the thing is, it makes sense. You have to start. You can't. That's the one thing about NXT that gets me is instead of writing people off like in a feud ending like feud, they have a match and like, okay, bye. Like,
yeah, like give them something. Like again, that's why the putting the title back on Oba never sat right with me. Only for him to relinquish it and then people to just move on. It never sat right with me.
no, it was dumb. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, you're killing yourself because and then you're messing up everything else because have the wrestler that's getting called up give the rub to somebody on the way out.
And again, you had that when Ricky Saints beat Oba. You had it. To bring him back to win the title and then relinquish it on a random Tuesday never made sense to me. It made the rest of your roster look kind of dumb. And again, to their credit, the roster bounced back. The roster definitely bounced back.
It did.
So my question about that whole thing was, did they put the title back on Obafemi specifically for the match against Cody?
I do wonder about that.
And if that's the case, then why? I mean, then I was going to say, why didn't he lose it to Javon? But they called up Javon too. So I'm like...
Yeah, and that was my biggest thing is I knew once Javon had to pivot and do a couple of matches on the main roster and he did really well, I was like, damn. Like, he's already ready for the main roster. So there's no reason to keep him down at NXT and there's no reason to try to build him to win those titles. Like, I get why you called Javon up, but it directly, like... It messed up what you could have had where you could have had Javon as a champion so that you can see him as a champion. Instead of it being a situation where, like, yeah, his gimmick's cool. Yeah, everybody's pumping him up being like, oh, he's a future world champion. He's a future this, he's a future that. The man has never won a title in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's almost the same thing with Sam. Like, it feels very Sami Zayn-esque. But at least Sami Zayn won the NXT title.
I was going to say, like, he did win it.
He lost it the next night. Don't get me wrong. He lost it the next night. So, you know, it is what it is. But
yeah. All right.
At least you got to see it.
Yeah. And now we have the men's heavyweight title. CM Punk is Finn Balor.
And I hate this.
Oh yeah, real quick. My bad.
I hate
real
this.
Quick, because I never actually put my pick into here. I have AJ Lee as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, that's cool. We all got off on the tangent. It is what it is. But I got AJ Lee specifically because it's Chicago, and you can easily flip that shit back on whoever the hell you want to at WrestleMania.
We both just said the same. Like it feels like a hot potato situation going into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's stupid. It's just it
is very dumb, but it's also very predictable.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing. It's just stupid because it's a brand new title that's what, like maybe a couple years old, and you still haven't yet to solidify it into something that we're supposed to be.
And again, what's crazy is that Becky is your champion, and it feels like Becky is bigger than the title, and the title is just there, but everything you're doing with Becky and that title, you could... Like, the Maxine thing made so much sense. And I feel like that elevated the title, and it elevated Maxine.
And, the crazy part about it, my bad if y'all can't hear me over the spoiler. The crazy part about it is, because you have so many people hovering around the IC title right now, I think, like, what the ultimate plan is you're going to end up with a fatal four-way. And I can't unsee Maxine winning that fatal four-way.
Again, I feel like the IC, like that IC title is perfect to bring back the TLC WrestleMania match. If you're not going to do Money in the Bank, that TLC WrestleMania match for the women's IC title makes so much sense to me.
Oh, what's the name? I've been like you brought that up. That's actually been a going thing with Wrestle Talk recently, but they're not talking about IC title. They said 17. What is it? How many years after WrestleMania 17? 25? Where TLC 2 happened or whatever. And it was just like this should be the women's tag titles in their TLC match.
I'm with it because everybody's in a tag team anyway. But
my only issue is I can almost guarantee you the Bella Twins are winning it.
Yeah, that's what I don't want. Like, I don't. Yeah. Again, we have not seen them since that awkward kind of promo about, like, the Eagles when they were in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to see y'all on TV. Bro. I don't want to see you.
They can stay away.
See on TV.
Do us a favor, stay away. All right, so we got like AJ Lee, Jay's got Becky, but it's what we're saying is this is the beginning of the feud for Mania.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to the men's World Heavyweight Championship.
I hate this.
Against Finn Balor.
I hate this because when you are billing it for weeks saying we have probably the greatest main event in WrestleMania history with Punk versus Roman Reigns, but we just got to get through Elimination Chamber, and Balor's like in the way. It's like you're devaluing Balor in such an extreme way. When it's like, can we for once like give the man the respect he's due? Like it just sucks because it's like if he doesn't get hurt after the first Universal title win, like Finn Balor would be looked at as so differently. But because he got hurt, it's like he's a guy that you can throw into the main event if you need a main event feud, but you know he's never gonna win the big one again. And whenever they do it like in the middle of something. They're like, here's the plan, but like here's something to occupy y'all. And it's like, well, if we know that this is the plan, why are you giving me this? Because he's not gonna win. Like he's not gonna win.
The worst part is that injury was not something was out of his control.
Yeah, like it was done to him.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
it was done to him. It wasn't anything that he did. It was done to him, and you reward the person who injured him and have been punishing him for getting hurt ever since.
Yep.
And that is the wildest spin of circumstances I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy. Crazy.
It makes no sense to me.
Nah.
That being said, it's definitely CM Punk. Like, come on.
Unfortunately.
And if it's not CM Punk and you flip the title onto him, we all just gonna look at y'all and be like,
I am 100%. I'm 100% sorry. For every ounce of chaotic bone in my body wants Finn Balor to win this championship.
Mm-hmm.
Every chaotic bone in my body wants him to win this title. That being said, like we all got CM Punk. It's just like, I want him to win this shit. Just to throw that Roman feud into some type of chaos.
I feel like this should be the title that has a fatal 4-way. Honestly,
you know what? I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I could see a triple threat, but try to figure out how you maneuver it, where Finn wins it, and it's like Roman's like, well, I guess it's me and you, whatever. So then, how do you throw CM Punk back in there?
Rematch clause.
I mean, that technically hasn't been a thing, but it's the same way that they did that shit last year.
It's a thing whenever they say it's a thing.
Yeah, EO won the title. EO won the title off of Rhea. You already had a match set up between Rhea and Bianca. And Rhea, like, honestly, listen, much as I love Rhea, character-wise, she legitimately just bitched and moaned until she got back in that championship.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I forgot that part.
Like I said, there's precedent. There's precedent for it. So, like, fuck it.
You know, I got Punk retaining.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all do.
Pretty much.
So does Honey. Yeah. All right, now to the main event. The main event of the show. The men's Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Logan Paul. The young OG.
There's nothing complicated about this. It's going to be Cody. I think everything they're telling you is that it's going to be Cody, but like there's a minute chance that they want to throw a swerve, and they still haven't decided who Brock Lesnar's opponent is yet. So I feel like that decision has a little to do with it too. The fun swerve for me would be LA Knight, but I don't know if that's a WrestleMania marquee match. And the other fun one is Randy. Like Randy getting his 15 and being in solo possession of the third most championships of all time. And you know Randy and Drew can work. You know it's going to be a good match. You know Randy has the star power and the cachet to walk into WrestleMania. So, like, yeah. And it allows for you to go deeper into Cody's character, like, deconstruction of Cody's character.
I don't want to say Cody because Cody's like the most.
It's the gimme pick.
It's like the gimme pick.
Literally, the betting odds, the only person where you cannot make any money on the pick in the entire card, it's Cody Rhodes. Last time I said it was negative 160. It was minus 160 for Cody to win the chamber. Everyone else in the entire card has a plus betting op.
That's not
like that is insane.
See, breaking it down, I don't see Javon Evans winning that at all.
You don't see Javon Evans or Trick winning? No.
I do.
It's chaos. Logan Paul is there to be with Javon Evans to do the tricks.
Logan Paul is there because they didn't have anybody else that they could put in, and they don't want Jacob to be in the chamber because they don't want the winner to get booed because everybody's going to want Jacob.
I was going to say the other reason is because you don't have a real heel in the chamber. That was supposed to be Bronson. Yeah. But the only heel that you had left in the chamber was Trick Williams at that point, and he's not really a heel.
He's not a heel.
No. He's not.
He's cosplaying a heel at this point.
And the thing with LA Knight is, like I said, I don't think they trust him.
Yeah.
I think he's like on their shit list right now in the doghouse.
Well,
I don't know what
he's being discussed as one of 3 people to face Brock at Mania.
I think we have with LA Knight, I think we have another Zack Ryder situation where they didn't want him to get over, but he's so fucking over that they're just like, nah, fuck you.
I think what's going to happen with Brock is they just need to have him fight Gunther, and Gunther retires him. Call it a day.
Again, I don't think his retirement is till the summer. I think the plan is for the retirement to happen at SummerSlam because I think SummerSlam is more significant to his career or something like that. Like he debuted at SummerSlam or some shit like that.
He won his first title there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think SummerSlam's the more important one to Brock. So I think that match happens at SummerSlam. I think if here's the thing, if they're smart, it's Oba. Like the fans want Oba. They want Oba to get that rub. And it puts Brock in a situation where he is desperate enough where the fight with Gunther would make him put his career on the line.
I was just getting ready to say, if you remember what I was saying before, you want me to care about Charlotte, give me a reason to care about Charlotte. Same shit with Brock. I am so turned off by Brock Lesnar right now. My whole thing right now, if you want to give me a reason to care about Brock Lesnar, give him a fucking story outside of I'm the UFC guy that shows up and, calls my shot and does 52 suplexes and 38 F5s, and that's the end of my match after 23 seconds. No. You know what you do? You put him in a match against Obafemi. You have Obafemi absolutely fucking beat the ever-loving shit out of him to the point where he's just like, yo, I was off my game. I got to figure some shit out, and we going to run this shit back. You run the shit back at King of the Ring. He gets his ass handed to him once again, and then he starts questioning himself. Turn around and be like, all right, you know what? I got to do something. Then Gunther starts calling his ass out, and then Gunther puts his ass out at WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania, at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But again, it's always the fear that Brock's not going to want to play ball. Like they have video footage now of Brock was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble longer than he was. But
he told Cody to eliminate him.
He told Cody to eliminate him because he didn't want to sit through the whole Jey Uso entrance, I guess. I don't know what the reasoning was, but
it's Brock.
Like again, it's Brock, and it's like you can't trust Brock to do the right thing. But you also can't not have Brock on the show, if that makes sense.
I mean, but the craziest part about it is, it's just like, this is the type of shit, and I get what people were saying. It was like, oh, well, it's Brock Lesnar, he's a draw, this, that, and the other, but you can't allow somebody to have that much control like that.
No, they can't be bigger than the program.
Especially not without any type of repercussions or whatever. Why the fuck you keep calling this asshole back if he keeps causing fucking problems?
Mm-hmm. And then you got the whole kayfabe situation on the outside that already gives people a bad taste and like a negative look. So it's like, it's all bad with that dude. It's just like, why are we doing this?
I don't know, man.
And it's like, I'm from the era of the nostalgia, and I'm over the nostalgia. Like, let it go. Just let it go, bro. Oh, I think I'm supposed to keep talking. I can't.
Oh, sorry. I'm taking some drink. Yeah, it's just, oh, man.
Nah, my bad. Yo, what's the name? For whatever reason, the video player on my phone does not recognize when you're using Chrome. So
that's lovely.
After a while, if I'm sitting, like if it was an app or something like that, the thing would have stayed on. But like the phone decided to go to sleep while I was walking around because I'm on tour at work, so I can't like really just have the thing up and see what's happening.
You're good. To me, it's like we always do, process of elimination. We literally eliminated 4 people. So now it's between Randy and Cody. And I feel like it's a swerve coming. I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Like the odds on bet would be Cody. The swerve would be Randy.
No, I feel like it's another swerve. I feel somebody's gonna get taken out. I feel like Javon's gonna get taken out of this match. And we're gonna have a surprise entrant.
If it's another old guy, I'm not gonna care.
No, I don't think it'll be an old guy. I think this is how you get Jacob out to it.
Nope.
Because of the fact that okay, look at it. You got Logan, you got Javon. They do the same thing. Right?
Not really.
I mean, they're both like Javon's a better high flyer than Logan.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's
right.
But someone must be like, chill. You can't. That's like saying Jordan and like Larry Bird do the same thing.
Yeah. No. All right. Okay. So put it this way: it's like saying you have a dunk contest. You have Vince Carter and you have
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, or like Jason Richardson or something.
Yeah, so you have they can do the same thing, but one is way better than the other one, and that's what we're looking at here. Logan Paul's a high flyer, but Javon Evans is also high flyer, but he's like on a different level. Like it's ridiculous, but this kid's so young and so talented already. Like, you know what I mean? So I think he's gonna get taken out of this match, which is retarded because why the hell have him even win his like?
I mean, you could have Trick attack him and make it obvious that it's Trick, so that you can do that. You can continue that. At least there's a level of continuity there.
Yeah. And I agree because then they can have a WrestleMania match off of that point.
And again, that is where you throw that Intercontinental title in, because then you make the match interesting.
You could rekindle the feud between Carmelo and Trick, even though at this point it's flipped.
Yeah, you could.
You know what I mean? And then you can throw in Javon, but I don't know. I'd rather see Trick and Carmelo go at it again in Mania for the title. And then it's like, then that'll be like, do you want Melo to keep winning it, or do you want to put it on Trick already?
I mean, again, I'm all for Javon because again, they're technically on different shows. Like that's what you're not getting. I keep saying Javon to the IC title because Javon's on Raw. Like he signed to Raw.
Oh no, I know. I'm talking about Trick and Mello.
But I'm saying, you have
I'm talking
Trick
about the U.S. title.
eliminate. I know, but you have Trick eliminate Javon, so like there's still that like rift. But you also take both of them out as contenders because you can put them in the mid card.
Yeah, I see your point. I see your point. I just don't know what they're trying to do. Because it's like we always say this: the best way to have a chamber match is when you have people in there that makes it hard to figure out
Right.
who's gonna win it. Not like in this one, like it's hands down Cody.
I mean, again, the swerve always is that like because Randy's there, there's the Cody and Randy history, and that is immediate. Like that's never been explored. Like that's the intriguing part about them, and that's why they're starting to have them touch a little bit. They've never put hands on each other, but they keep being like, listen, I know you're my friend, I know we got history, but like I can't let you get that title because I need my 15th. And Cody's like, I'm QB1, dog. You're not getting this spot back. Like I respect you, I love you, you're the vet, but you're not getting this. You're not getting the spot back until it finally blows over.
The Homelander story arc.
Yeah, and then you can have Randy again. They keep talking about voices this and voices that. You can have Randy finally pull out the punt kick because Cody will take the punt kick. And
he'll take a whole lot of stuff. I mean,
and what makes Randy winning interesting is the Aleister Black element. So the higher up Cody goes, Randy goes, he would also pull Cody and Aleister Black into that situation.
And that's one of the things that's actually keeping me from saying that Randy should actually win this thing because I don't think they see Aleister Black like that.
I think there's a split because I think Triple H does, which is why he brought him back and he brought the gimmick that he originally wanted to do and gave.
Did I fucking lose y'all again?
No, it's Jay.
Okay.
Why am I always the one getting kicked out of stuff when I'm on a roll? This is disrespectful.
That was weird.
I literally got. It's like we got shadow banned for like 2 seconds, and I got banished into the shadow realm.
See, you started. I was about to say you started talking about Triple H. You started talking about Triple H, and he friggin' tanked the stream. That's all it was.
I'm telling you. It's got to be.
There's an eye. Somebody's watching us. I don't know who it is.
It's always. I bet you it's Kevin. I bet you it's Kevin. I bet you it's Kevin.
There's no comments.
I bet you it's Kevin. I bet you it's Kevin. Because ain't nothing start happening until I mentioned Kevin Pritchard.
I mean Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard. I don't know why I said Kevin Pritchard.
Yo, Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard just merged into one person.
Bro.
Yeah, our powers unite.
I'm telling you, bro. That's how you know I'm like SmackDown really threw me off. Like I'm so off right now, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Randy winning makes sense to me. It'll be a nice swerve. It'll be a nice swerve. Do I think it's gonna happen?
I don't know, man.
Are you tasering someone?
No, sorry, I'm opening up my food.
Oh, it sounds like a taser. Jesus.
Nah, it's just like I got Factor, the meal thing, and I swear I wish we had like a sponsor or something like that because I'm definitely about to big them up. But that's part of the whole thing that's helped me out with like the weight loss and everything. But sometimes when I'm sitting up here like trying to peel the packages off, like the package is more like the plastic on it is more durable than the actual package.
Really?
Yeah. # meal prep company sponsor us.
Yeah, man.
No. My pick is Cody, but like there's a case for Randy. There's a strong case for Randy. I mean, the absolute stupidest play would be to have Logan Paul win. Like, that would be the dumbest.
That's not happening.
But I could see it happening because it's rage bait, and Triple H loves to rage bait people.
I mean, yeah, he does. Like, oh my God, no, Jesus Christ!
Wait! Oh my gosh! Wait! You have Logan Paul win it, then you have Cody cry and moan and bitch and moan his way into a triple threat match, and literally Drew loses it. Cody wins it back by pinning Logan Paul.
Oh my God, no! From my what I was about to say, one of the reasons why my chaos pick is there. So because I didn't put mine out there, so my pick is Cody, but my absolute who I want to win this match is Trick Williams. The reason why I made that pick beforehand, aside from the fact that I